Welcome to The Preferred List, a podcast about the people behind the best wedding days. I'm James, a wedding filmmaker. I've spent years in the industry working alongside incredible vendors, and this show is all about real conversations with the ones who make it happen. Whether you're a vendor or a couple, you'll get honest insight, good stories, and maybe a little inspiration along the way. Let's meet today's wedding vendor. Hey Morgan, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad to have you on. Morgan runs Morgan Made Wedding Shop, which is so fun. All the DIY custom things that you can think of for a wedding, you do. And I also heard you do like a little photography as well. We were just chatting before this started, so that'll be fun to kind of chat about as well. But before we jump into that, we're here at the Booking House. The Booking House is an industrial, modern, chic wedding and event space in Mannheim, PA, rich with character and history. It was originally built in 1884 as the old General Cigar Company warehouse. The venue blends historic charm with contemporary style across 15,000 square feet. It's centrally located, and it's an easy drive from Philadelphia, Westchester, New Jersey, Maryland, and even New York City in under 3 hours, serving both local couples and destination celebrations. It's a perfect space for 25 guests or even up to 250 guests. And the Booking House offers separate spaces for your ceremony, cocktail hour, reception, and it's really an all-in-one property. It's open year-round, and the newly added atrium brings an open-air feel without weather worries. And with an experienced, caring team providing in-house bartending and coordinating, they're dedicated to making every detail seamless so you can enjoy an unforgettable day. And I'm just so grateful to be here at the Booking House, and this is the idea that I had for the podcast, was to be able to be in a venue local to us and connecting with vendors. So it's so
Yeah.
fun. Morgan, thanks for being on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I heard this is your first podcast you've ever done.
This is.
I love it. I'm so excited. Tell me the backstory. Where did Morgan Made Wedding Shop? Where did it all start?
Well, I've always been the artsy kid. Like when my friends were in sports, I was taking weekend classes at the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. I was voted most artistic in my senior year, but I just didn't ever know where I was going to go with that. So didn't go to college for art or anything. And then I stumbled into photography. So that's how I got my start in the wedding world. And I loved it. Um, but it was just, I feel like it's such a saturated market. So it was really kind of hard to find where I fit. And then when I had kids, it just felt like, how am I going to leave all day and live my dream of being a stay at home mom? So I got my start with the signage because my friends were getting married during COVID. They were supposed to have this huge wedding, but it became, as they all did, this intimate backyard wedding, and I wanted to pour into their wedding the best way I could. And I couldn't photograph it because I was in the wedding. So I asked if I could make a welcome sign. And I don't know if this is going to make sense to anybody else, but on Pinterest, these clear acrylic wedding signs with the brushstrokey backgrounds were getting really popular. And I was like, I want to make one of those. So I made them one, and it was so much fun. And I just started playing around with that. And then when I got pregnant, I was just like, this is kind of it checks all the boxes. I get to be at weddings that I love, and I get to be artsy and make things for people, and I get to stay home for the most part with my kids. So
Yeah, it's all the
yeah,
best things.
yeah.
But what was it in your mind? Were you thinking about the signage thing? Were you at weddings and you're like, oh, those are cool, I could totally make those? Or is it just a random thought? You're like, I want to do something for this wedding for my friend, and this is what I can do.
Yep, it was super. I just kind of fell into it. I don't even remember where it went from that sign to it becoming a whole thing. I think I just kind of posted about it, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, can you make me something?" I think that there was just a lack of that in the wedding industry where there was so many photographers. I felt like, I mean, I wouldn't have known who to reach out to for wedding signs, really. So I feel like there was just kind of this area in the wedding industry of just needing a crafty best friend. you know?
That's a super good slogan.
Yeah.
Just your crafty best friend, yeah. But we were talking a little bit before we hit record, and it really feels like all of that DIY stuff, all of the things that you could think of where maybe you could do that yourself. You're like, you get to the point where you're just like, I don't really want to deal with that. And that's kind of, it seems like that's kind of where you might step in that process.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, some people don't want any bit of that. But there are a lot of people that, I mean, they'll maybe book me for a couple things and then last minute they're like, you know what? I'm so
Yeah,
over it.
actually, I have
Please.
like 10 other things.
Yeah. Please do this for me. And I'm like, yes, please. Like, it just, I feel like, because I did a lot of DIY stuff for my own wedding. And then, you don't have all the tools and you've never done it before. So it takes extra long.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, it's nice to know somebody that can just take that off your plate and you know that they're going to keep things cohesive and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I always tell the story too. My wife and I, like, I was literally putting the final screws into our arbor, like when we were supposed to be doing the like practice
yeah.
ceremony thing on Friday night before Saturday. So we definitely did like a lot of the DIY stuff. I'm curious, like, if someone's listening, like a couple's listening, and they're like, we like it, like we like the idea of maybe doing some of this stuff ourselves. Um, where's that kind of like value for them thinking of like we do it ourselves or we hire someone like Morgan Made Wedding Shop to just like take care of it all?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, time is also money and you don't want to be stressed leading up to your wedding. Like for example, I made all my own cupcakes for my wedding. That was crazy.
That sounds crazy.
That was crazy. And it was just like I made them the whole entire day before my wedding, went to my rehearsal dinner, had to have friends go back and help me finish the cupcakes. It was like, you know what? I would have so much rather have just like paid someone that loves doing it, has all the tools, is much better at it than
Yeah.
me.
You probably did a great job, but it was still just like that
Yeah,
extra.
it takes it off your plate. And I mean, I'm like totally about if couples have things that they're like, no, I really want to DIY this, but I don't want to DIY this. Can we still, like, I want to work together so things are still cohesive for you. But I want to take anything off people's plates that's like, you know what? I'm over it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
So it sounds like couples can come to you with like any ideas or maybe just thoughts of ideas and you can
Yeah.
like run with that and kind of just make whatever they're thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I love when couples have like a Pinterest board. They're like, this is such a pretty wedding. And I love like this, and this, but this doesn't really fit my vibe. And I'm like, let's make your dream Pinterest board like yours and just have fun with it and get really creative. And is there any way that we can really pull in pieces that really make it yours and unique? Um, which I don't know if you get into this sort of thing, but, like, I feel like a lot of people when they don't wanna DIY something, they go to, like, Etsy or something, and it's like, they can't really collaborate with you as much
Yeah.
as, like, I could.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, they're still getting like a custom thing, but like picture the like process of, hey, I like this, I don't like this. This is the vibe, this is the style. And then you can even just run with it and be like, hey, I think these couple pieces would be cool. We could also try this, we could try that, we could try
Mhm.
this. Because I'm sure you've made some of everything.
Oh, yeah. Like, if someone asked me to macrame, I would probably get into that.
You're like, what other crafting thing could
Yeah.
someone ask me to do? You sound like me because I was like, oh, I could start this video business and like buy new cameras and buy new lenses.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love going to Michael's and being like, "What can we get into?"
Yeah. Was there, when you first started Morgan Made, was it like, you kind of mentioned a little bit, but if you could unpack, like, were you thinking business minded? Were you just like, hey, let me craft a little bit. This is fun. I enjoy it. And then it was like, you just got asked to do more and more and more. And then it's like, maybe I should make it a business.
It's kind of a blur. Like I was really into the photography world, but it was just like I wasn't like completely happy. Like I felt like there was just pieces missing. So then when the crafting thing started to take off and I realized that it wasn't as saturated of a market, I really just like I kept running with it and stopped pouring into the photography as much. So it was really organic how it all happened, but I think also other vendors were like, "Oh my gosh, like I have a couple that
Mm,
needs a welcome sign. Can you make them a welcome
yeah.
sign?" And then got hooked up with like Excelsior because they have you can do in-house calligraphy there on a few things that they offer. And so it was just like there was this need and it was fun and I just like really kept running with it. But I knew I really like working for myself. So like when I was a photographer, I loved that aspect of it. So when that started taking off, I was like, okay, yeah, definitely I wanna make this like a business.
Yeah, because you were already kind of doing the, like, work for yourself
Yeah,
business thing.
couldn't imagine going back.
Yeah, I'm curious too if, like, someone's listening and they're like, "Man, I'm feeling the way you felt about photography,"
Mhm.
and then this kind of new opportunity just presented itself, but, like, were you at that point, like, open to that new opportunity, or is it just, like, fall in your lap? Like, if you could just unpack a little bit, because I'm just curious, like, maybe someone's listening and they're like, "Gosh, I'm not feeling fulfilled in this part of the wedding industry, but I love having my own business. I still love weddings." Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no, I think that there really are so many different things that you can tackle for a wedding outside of photography, of course, but, like, I don't know, like, something that really took off for me this year was, my venue guest book, like, I digitally paint the, like, venues and stuff, and then, um, I
Wait,
frame
did
it
you have
with
that one
yeah,
down there
yeah,
for the booking
yeah.
house? Oh my gosh, I saw that sitting on the table and I was like, "What is this? This is so cool."
Yeah, so I that really took off this year because guests can, like, sign the mat, so it's like a guest
That's
book.
so cool.
Um, but I was telling, I think, my tattoo artist about that, I think it was, and he was like, "Huh, I never really thought of something, like, so niche, like, that you could offer people." And, like, there's just so many things that can go into a wedding
That's like
because
an
everyone's
evergreen
so different, you know?
product too.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that comes to the booking house could get that same
Yeah.
thing from you.
Yeah.
I
So
guess any other venue too.
yeah, yeah.
Not just the booking house, but that's so cool.
But yeah, because everyone's so different and every wedding is so different, and especially ever since COVID, like the traditions are like people are so okay with being less traditional
Yeah,
now.
I
So
love
it's
that.
like, I don't know. Like I feel like there's anybody that does anything could find a place in the wedding industry, I think. Like, I mean, I'm trying to find like people that can do woodworking for me because I'm over the
Oh,
woodworking
yeah.
part of it all. So it's like if you want to build, huge backdrops for people or um I don't know, there's just so much that can be done.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you were at least willing to give something new a try.
Mhm.
So if you're listening and you're like in that spot, just go for it.
Yeah, have
You
fun with
never
it.
know. Um, could you kind of describe like maybe some of your overall approach or style to the things that you're making for your couples?
Um, I don't know. Like I try and play off of obviously the couples, like what they want but of course, like if I'm making stuff myself, like handwriting things, I
Hmm.
have like I don't know, kind of whimsical, girly kind of flow to my own kind of style of things. But yeah, I just really like playing off of the couple's style and what they want. And every now and then they'll come to me with something. Like, I had a couple once, they really wanted these, like, Star Wars centerpieces, and I was like, "I don't know Star Wars at all." But, like, if you give me the pieces, I will have fun with it, um, but you might not want me sourcing the pieces,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So, sometimes, like, if I'm not as into the thing that you're into, I'll still have fun with it. You just might need to help me a little bit more. But yeah, I really want to play off of the couples and what they want and make their dream Pinterest board come to life.
Yeah. What inspires you when you're kind of coming up with those new, like unique, different ideas with your couples?
um, well, I always ask them to kind of give me a little bit of their backstory. So sometimes, like, they'll tell me something and that'll kind of spark an idea, or it'll kind of give me a way to play off of something I saw on Pinterest that was really, really cool, but the way that they said something, I'm like, "Oh, like, what if we kinda played with that and made it unique to you?" Um, yeah, I don't know if that answered your
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. No, I feel like from what I'm hearing, like obviously you make custom things.
Mhm.
That's a obvious thing, right?
Yeah.
But it sounds like you're making them in a way that's like custom to the couple and
Mhm.
not just like random one-off like
Yeah.
cute things that would fit well with a wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if you could speak to the like what does it actually do to the decor, to the style, the setup of this reception space maybe or cocktail hour space to have these sort of like custom to the couple pieces kind of sprinkled throughout, or maybe it's like everywhere. They're like maybe centerpieces or
Mhm.
something like that.
So just the bare bones of it, the welcome sign and the seating chart and the menus and place cards, like that's obviously guiding them throughout things and um the bar menus and stuff, you're showing them, what's offered
Options,
for
yeah.
the bar. But I think if you I mean, you can keep those really basic. Like you could go on Canva and really just type it up, there it is, and it's done. But if you make it cohesive and unique to you, I think it becomes more of a statement. Like, I can't tell you how many times I was at weddings where there was like really cute, like signature cocktail doodles where they like include their pets and stuff. People will just melt over anytime your pet's included in
Yeah.
anything. Your
I second
Yeah,
that.
your guests love that.
Yeah.
So it just makes it more memorable and, it gets your guests just excited to be there for you. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. There are so many things that you could make for a couple. I'm assuming. I just from a third party looking at
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's so many different things that you can make. I'm curious, are there like some that are more popular and like what would those kind of more popular custom pieces be?
Super popular right now, I would say I've been doing a lot of place cards. Because I mean, people need to know where they're sitting. But just kinda super popular right now would be so a lot of venues require that you put the food choices
Hmm.
on the place cards, but I don't know, I feel like people see that, they're like, "I don't really want, like, a picture of a chicken."
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can keep it kinda low key, having your little chicken decal on there, but I think this a lot of guests are like, "Ho" or a lot of couples are like, "How can we kinda have fun with meal choice,
Yeah.
like, options where I don't know, like color coding things because I mean, colorful weddings right now are pretty in. So like color coding things or just making place cards a little bit fancier with like ribbons and stuff like that to kind of low key show what people ordered for dinner. So I've been doing a lot of that, having fun with that. Um and couples have been asking me more to like engrave things,
Hmm.
which is really fun. I love engraving like hangers for the bride and bridesmaids, dresses, and the Mr. and Mrs. like glassware for the table. And I think all that's really cool because you keep that forever.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff I make, unfortunately, isn't forever and, just ends up somewhere. I
Yeah, you're probably
try.
not gonna put a seating chart in your house.
Right, right. So I think that when I get asked to make something that's going to be a part of the wedding day that you get to keep forever, like that's getting more popular and I love that.
Yeah, that's so fun. When couples are like first reaching out, what does that process look like for you? Like from the inquiry to, the final delivery, like wedding day delivery.
Yeah, so it's kind of heavy on the couple in the beginning just because I have to get all the information to really make sure I'm making things that fit them. So just, they'll reach out and I'll send them my welcome questionnaire. But I want them to have fun with it, like sit down and, think about what you want your wedding to look like. Um, so they kind of fill all that out. And then we chat a little bit more if I need some more information, but then I make a Google Doc where we can just kind of like dream together. So I'll kind of list out all the things that they're wanting, maybe a couple things that they touched on or something I saw on their Pinterest board and just kind of put my own thoughts and ideas and options out there and then they can, put their own inspiration in there or leave comments or whatever. And then once we kind of figure out what we're going to tackle, we dive in.
Yeah. Is I guarantee there's a couple that's listening, they're like, we love the look of the custom signage or design stuff,
Mhm.
but we are not design minded. Like
Yeah.
they're like, couldn't tell you left from right in the design world.
Yeah.
So what's your process look like for them that, maybe there's a couple that's coming and they're like, we got everything. We know. We want this, we want this, we want
Mhm.
this style, that style. But for the couple that's like I don't even know what design means.
Right.
Like how do you help them?
I mean, it's definitely a little overwhelming just because I don't like I want to give them what they want and there's so much like as far as options. So really just trying to like as long as they can let me know like color palette because most people have a color palette for their wedding. And then like just your venue is helpful to know because we can kind of play off the vibe of the venue. Pinterest is like, I mean, take a minute, look at Pinterest, see if there's things that you don't like. Like, even if you're like, I don't know what I like, but like maybe find things you don't like too.
Yeah.
Just so that I'm not like offering you things and you're like, none of that's the vibe.
I do love asking that question too. Even on the video side, it's like, what have you seen that you don't like?
Yeah.
Because that can, I'm sure it's same for you. That could say a lot,
Yeah.
kind of point us in the right
Yeah.
direction.
So it's super helpful if you can, if you're not even sure like what you need or what you want, just even letting me know what you don't want. But I mean, I've definitely had the whole spectrum. I've had people come to me, they're like, I have never been to a wedding and we're getting married and what do we need?
Yeah.
And then I just had a couple and they sent me oh my gosh, what's the like a slideshow
Oh
of
gosh.
and it was awesome. Like I
Yeah.
took everything from their slideshow, put it into the Google Doc with a few different options. They had sizes listed that they wanted. So it's like just the range,
Yeah.
I've worked with all kinds, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I do feel like couples they might have like similar-ish days, but
Mhm.
like personalities can be so different. I'm sure in your world, like just something as simple as like a different color palette could make a huge difference in like
Mhm.
what you're maybe inspired to kind of create for the
Yeah.
couple. Um, are you working alongside mostly couples? Or are you kind of spending time maybe working alongside planners? Maybe more of like the design heavy planners are like coming to you, or is it mostly just couples?
Mostly couples. I have a few times worked through planners and coordinators. Um But I think the couple always has to kinda come in and be a part of it too. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I always want to be a part of things with your coordinator because, I mean, if you have one, we
Yeah.
should be talking. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
um, yeah, because I need to know where things are going and, you know, you've already told the coordinator where things are going. Like, let me talk with them and get those final details situated without you having to worry about it. Let me take that off your plate. Um, but I will say that the times when I've only worked with coordinators to kind of figure out design stuff because the couple doesn't really want to be a part of that stuff, I feel like it makes it a little bit harder just because I don't know, the coordinator always needs to end up checking in with them anyways. And we want to make sure that I'm making something that's unique to you.
hmm
And
You're getting
so,
like a kind of third angle
yeah,
up, like
yeah,
through the coordinator. So it seems like it's not that you won't do that, but you enjoy the like kind of one-on-one time with the couple.
yeah. Like I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely helpful when the couple is a big part of it.
Yeah. So when couples are thinking about maybe including you or someone like you that's making kind of these custom signage pieces or just, I don't know, custom things, wedding
Hmm.
things, to keep it really generic, what kind of timeline should they be thinking about? Like, is there a timeline for maybe certain things that's faster than other things?
I would say, I mean, I don't have to be as booked as early as a lot of other people because, especially if you only need a couple things, like we can get that done pretty quickly. But if you want me for like all the things, like you should probably be reaching out, I don't know, like I would say at least 3 months beforehand. I mean, that's like at least.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I need to source materials and, um, sometimes I need to talk with, like, if you want kind of a grand welcome sign or a grand seating chart and you want flowers to be involved in that, we need to know what we're making so that you can tell your florist what needs to be put on there and
Yeah.
how many flowers need to be. So, I mean, every wedding is so different. I've had people 2 weeks before be like, "Hey, can you make me some place cards?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." Because I mean, most of the time I don't make them till the week of, anyways, because things change so much and guests are coming and then they're not coming and
Yeah.
food choices change. So can't really make them until a week before, anyways. But yeah, definitely. If you want it to be a super cohesive collection that fits in with like all the flowers that you're going to be having and all that, we should be talking no later than like 3 months beforehand, preferably earlier, but
You're like, please reach out a little earlier
yeah.
than that. Um, I'm curious to know like what kind of trends you're seeing in that kind of like custom wedding pieces space.
Yeah, trends. I feel like I'm getting a lot of people that really love like the classy black and white, and I love that so much. I feel like there's even more to play with than people kind of realize because I don't know, it's black and white, but there's so
It's
much
just
that you
funny
can
because you
do with
said
that.
like the color is like a kind of a thing now,
I know,
like the
but
poppy colors. But
I
you love the
want
black and
more
white. Yeah.
color. I every time I get a couple with color, I'm like, I'm so excited because I don't do it a whole lot,
Yeah.
but I do get a lot of people that are doing black and white, and I think it just always looks so good almost in every venue. Um, and I think that's why people go for it. They're like, you know what? Let's just do like black and white because
Yeah.
it's gonna fit with
But you're
everything.
saying there's more that couples can do with black and white than what they're realizing.
Yeah, so they'll come to me and they're like, "I just want like a white sign with black text." And I'm like, "Or
Yeah.
we could have a little bit more fun with it." And like I did see this one thing where and I've made it too where we instead of like just solid black or solid white, with acrylic, you can do like kind of the like transparent type stuff
Mm.
and then you can play with it and um like, I saw this one sign on Pinterest, and I really want someone to wanna do this, where it was, like, frosted white and frosted black signage, so you could still see through it a little bit, and they had, like, flowers, like bouquets in between different pieces of the signage, and it just looked so cool. So, yeah, even if, like, with the super simple black and white, which I've been getting tons of, there's still so many ways to make it super unique and have fun with it.
Yeah. Are there other things in the design, maybe process or execution, that can kind of keep things feeling like really timeless and not as like trendy or
So I would say really like instead of diving into like what is trending right now, really just think about you guys as a couple. And I feel like as long as you're doing that and doing stuff that you think is pretty, like,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, eventually that thing might not be as trendy, but if you had a great wedding day and you loved it and you thought it was just beautiful and it felt like you, I think to heck with the trends. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
yeah, no, I love that. Are there details that couples are kind of often overlooking in this like custom wedding piece space?
Maybe making more things that you can use forever. So, like, we could make a welcome sign that could it's not super welcomey, like,
Yeah,
I don't know, that could be, hung up and used forever. Or like having a lot of fun with your seating chart because I think a seating chart is a place where you can get a little bit more, I don't know, like quirky with it and really pour into like who you guys are as a couple. I see it a lot on Pinterest, like the using golf balls or
yeah, like
like
personality.
yeah, like I think a seating chart's a fun place to add personality. And then if it's like something like a golf ball, you can keep little pieces of that forever. I don't know. I love mementos.
Yeah, our I don't have no idea when this is gonna come out, but the wedding that we just shot, they had a wall of tambourines,
That's so
and
cool.
then they like shook the tambourines when they came in, so it was like a little, a
Oh,
little thing. It was really cool.
that is
Um,
cool. Like you can get so creative
yeah,
with it. And I mean, then you can keep one of those tambourines. And so, yeah.
yeah. I was trying to find an extra one somewhere. I did not, but I know my kids love when I bring like the wedding
Mhm.
gifts home. Like it's
Or the
something as
wedding
simple as like a
snacks.
little small fan,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need to take two because they're gonna fight over it. But they played with it for like a week straight.
That's awesome.
Um, when couples are kind of thinking about the cost associated with all
Mhm.
of this, obviously we can't say like, what's a welcome sign cost? Because it
Yeah.
could probably cost, hundreds of dollars in difference
Mhm.
between like one design and another. But are there kind of like more generic ways that costs maybe could be kept lower,
Mhm.
for the couples that are like, we really want the design stuff, but we're just worried it's gonna be like blowing our budget?
Yeah, and, I'm trying to come up with a way to really have, like, just, like, a super easy sort of package for couples like that, where it's like, you know, maybe it's not as time consuming for me because it's just like it's already kind of designed and ready to go, and we make it a little bit more unique to you, but then it's just a little bit more cost friendly. I think it would lose a little bit of like um a little bit of the uniqueness to you because there wouldn't be as much to change maybe. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you're always
Like
paying for custom. Like
yeah.
if it's a custom, I don't know. I'm just even thinking of like a custom watch, or
Yeah.
if you customize like a new car, like you're gonna pay
Hmm.
extra for that. So I do like that idea of like some form of like template
Yeah.
system where
It's
it's
in the
like these are
works.
the Morgan templates that you can kind of choose
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, it's in the works. So, we'll see.
So maybe when this is out, it'll be a thing. We'll just speak it
Maybe.
into existence. I love doing that on the
Yeah. Well,
podcast.
yes. We love to manifest. But also, like, couples can use a lot of their own things too. Like, if you have a bunch of mirrors, like,
Mm.
let's use those. If you have a bunch of
Because then you're
frames,
not buying the mirror,
right.
trying to source it somewhere.
Yeah. So I do try, like, if couples want like silver frames and all I have are gold, I'm happy to source rentals and rent them out to you. But if you already have them, like,
Yeah.
let's use them. So, yeah, we can have a lot of fun with the stuff you already have too to kind of keep cost maybe a little bit lower.
Yeah.
So,
For and I know this is probably gonna be hard to like put a number to.
mhm.
But I love just being like open and just being super helpful for couples.
Mhm.
Is there like a generic set of things that usually costs like a certain amount of money? It's like you want a welcome sign, you want a seating chart, maybe not the top thing,
Yeah.
maybe not the bottom thing, maybe a few other like maybe a small sign for the
Mhm.
bar for like a custom drinks. Um, what kind of like price ranges are couples kind of in on the like we want the custom stuff, but like what's normal?
Yeah. So I would say kind of the smallest kind of package. Just like, I don't know, you want all the you want the necessary signs, but you don't want to go all crazy, like menus, usually not necessary. And they're a huge, I mean, they're a luxury item.
Yeah.
Like, people probably chose what they're eating already. They don't need to know what's for dessert. So,
Looks great for the table scape,
yeah,
but
but if you, like, really wanna have one, you could have, like, 1 per table, and it's kinda displayed maybe a little bit bigger or
yeah.
something, or, like, along with the table number or something. Um, but, like, welcome signs and bar menus and place cards and probably, like, a seating chart would probably be kind of the biggest, needs, like,
Hmm.
if you don't wanna make them yourself,
Yeah.
just because, like, maybe I mean, a welcome sign is kind of, like, not necessary, like, people know they're coming to your wedding, but I feel
Hopefully.
like it's kinda like a nice
Yeah.
piece, and it can be kept kinda lower cost, so I don't know, maybe, like I don't know, that's hard. If you're not making any of it yourself, we could probably get it done for, like, 500. Um,
It's just like a ballpark
yeah.
starting point.
Yeah, for, like, the necessary things, I think that would probably be a good number without having it in front of me.
Yeah, no, and I just feel like there's so many things that go into that even that could adjust that up or down even.
Mhm.
Um
Like, if the wedding's smaller,
yeah,
like, I'm not
yeah.
gonna charge you the same amount of money if I'm just listing, like, 20 names on a seating
As
chart.
opposed to like 200.
Right.
Yeah. No, and it's just so interesting because I feel like couples don't do any of this stuff before they do it,
Right.
right? And then they're jumping in, they're like, "Oh, I didn't even think about like a welcome sign," or "I didn't
Mhm.
even think about the fact that we would either need to pay someone to make one of these things
Right.
or make it ourselves.
Yeah.
And I love as much as we can like demystify the process and
Mhm.
like the things about it. Just so couples are like, oh yeah, like we know how that works now.
Mhm.
Um, but when you have the stuff made, you mentioned something about making some of that stuff like the week of. Are you the one that's doing like the delivery, or are you like kind of giving it to the couples and they're maybe giving it to like a coordinator or a planner and that they're putting it out, or are you putting everything out?
So they can choose that. They can I have like a setup fee. That means that I would come and set it all up. None of it's on your plate. I also have a tear down fee I mean, I can take everything that I brought and then you're welcome to come get anything you'd want to keep just so that it's not on your plate the day of. Or if you're like, you know what, we just want to come, we'll come get it. I have a coordinator. She'll let you do everything. So they can totally do that too.
Yeah. Is there a good way for them if they want to pick it up to like get it from one place to another without, without it like breaking in half
Yeah.
or something?
So it's definitely, I don't know, it gives me a little bit of anxiety. I don't like transporting the
Yeah.
stuff myself sometimes. If we're doing something really big and really grand, I pretty much recommend that I would do that myself. So, but I mean, if it's just like, some frames with
Yeah.
bar signs and then like menus and I try and box everything up really nice, wrap things if they need to be wrapped.
I'd assume you'd want that for yourself too,
Yeah.
to make sure it's getting from one place to
Yeah.
another.
So and then like a list of like if there is like I have this kind of pole stand. So maybe little notes of like, hey, this is kind of how you put it together. Um, but yeah, if they really just want to take the things and do it, they're more than welcome to do that. And I'll try and make that as totally seamless and easy as
Yeah.
possible. But it is always a little scary transporting anything. I mean, I don't know how people that make cakes do that.
Oh yeah.
Like
I've
that's
seen this box that like they like stick the thing in it and then it like keeps it. I don't know, but I would not want to do
no,
that.
like that's the scariest part of
And
the
I'm
whole
pretty
thing.
rough with my cameras, so I'm not the one to
Yeah.
judge off of that. I'm surprised they still work. Anyways, um, so couples that are in this like in between of like, hey, we want to DIY some stuff or we at least want to try it
Mhm.
and maybe it doesn't work and they can come to you, but or they're coming to you for some stuff. Are there things that you're like, hey, if you're gonna choose to not DIY these couple things, that those are the things you probably want to stick away from because of
Yeah.
your experience, like these are not fun to do
Mhm.
and they often can go haywire really
Mhm.
quick.
Seating charts? Like, okay, don't buy a Cricut for your wedding. Would probably be like
It might be a hot take, but yeah.
like, I mean, especially for a seating chart because, I mean, my first seating chart that I made someone where I used a Cricut took me 12 hours because I didn't realize, like, just the intricacy of weeding all of those little
Yeah.
tiny letters
Dude,
out,
Cricut's
and
no joke.
it's not a joke.
If you're not patient, don't even think
Don't
about buying it. Don't even think about buying a Cricut.
no. So
We Cricut stuff, and my wife's like, "Can you Cricut that for me? And can you weed it for me?" And then she'll get the iron. Like that's the fun part
yeah.
when you're ironing the stuff on. That's the fun part.
Oh my gosh. Just yeah, seating charts. I mean, even just handwriting a seating chart, I would say, like, you probably don't want to do that because the markers aren't as like, oh, you just write. Like, no.
Yeah, no.
I've done it so many times and I'm still like, why is this marker not working? Like,
Yeah. So if
so
anything, the seating charts like stay
seating
away
chart
from that.
is you want someone with a bit of experience, I think. So if you've never done anything like that, let somebody else tackle that. And then, yeah, I don't think you wanna be cutting so many place cards. I feel like that's just, like it gets super tedious and it's so time consuming. That would be something I would say, "Let me take that off your plate."
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
uh, yeah. Sorry.
I liked
The
it.
pun. Yeah. Uh, so corny. Anyways, so when we've had a lot of like really helpful stuff for the couples, but a little bit stuff for the vendors. But I'd love to kind of hit a little bit more on like the business side of
Mhm.
things. Because because obviously you want to run a successful
Mhm.
custom signage wedding piece shop, right?
Mhm.
I'm curious, like, what have you done in your business that's like really moved the needle for you? That's like really helped you grow kind of as a creative in this space?
Yeah, I would say treating other vendors like your coworkers. Like, I mean, I don't even advertise anymore aside from like Instagram because I get a pretty decent amount from just, other vendors needing to know someone crafty. Um,
The craft, what did you say? The craft's best friend or something?
yeah, crafty best friend.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you need a t-shirt.
definitely.
Sorry, I'm like going off
No, I do. I think
tangent.
it's
You
on
need
my
it.
business card.
Oh, is it? I love that.
um,
So you
but
got
yeah,
a lot of vendor connections that are
yeah,
really
treat them
really
like your
helping.
coworkers. And also use a booking program of some sort, like HoneyBook or Dubsado,
Yeah,
and
Honeybug, if you want to sponsor,
yeah,
I'm here and I use it. So
heavily. And
yeah.
like, I think that I wasted so many years not getting my money's worth out of HoneyBook.
Mm,
Like, I was like, oh yeah, I can do all these things, but it's kind of time consuming to learn and whatever.
yeah.
No, like use those
Yeah.
features. Like just something as simple as for so long I did not have it synced to my calendar.
Mm,
So there was so many times where I caught myself, or I mean, I was really lucky that nothing ever got actually messed up, but I would like come to a wedding a day early
yeah.
because I don't know, I think I put it in something wrong,
You're
like
putting
in my
in
own.
manually. Yeah.
Yeah, utilize the features. It costs a good amount of money, but as long as you're using those features, it will streamline so much for you and make your life so much easier.
Yeah, and I feel like uh I always feel like there's this weird in between of like wedding vendors can sometimes be like really entrepreneurial in the way that they run their business and they do things, and then they can be like weekend warrior. Maybe it's a side thing
Mhm.
to a full-time job doing something else. But it sounds like from what you're saying, like if you're gonna do it, like go all in on the systems
Yeah.
that are gonna help you succeed.
Let the system be one of your employees.
Yeah, yeah.
For real.
We'll give her a name. I don't know why it's a her.
Honey.
Honey, yeah, honey, yeah.
Thanks, honey.
Honeybook, yeah. If you really seriously, I'm here. I'm here. Um, so treating vendors like coworkers, um, are there other things that make that partnership work really well for you? And like even just from you to them too,
Mhm.
like you're not just like sucking value from other vendors, but providing it for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think photographers get this a lot where everyone's reaching out to photographers. They're like, "We wanna use your pictures," you know? And, like, now I'm on that side of the,
Yeah.
"Let me use your pictures." But, like, I think just being a team and, like, I mean, you're throwing a party together, you know, talk about it and enjoy the process together, and, um, at the end of it, like, I don't know, it's kinda fun when you all kinda I think it was the dad of a bride reached out like a couple days later and just emailed every single vendor and was like, "Thank you so much for putting
Oh,
on this amazing day for my daughter." And then like all of us that were kind of like in the thread of the emails, were connected then after the wedding and we're like, "It was so much fun. Like the flowers were so pretty and it made, like, my signs really pop," and, like, I don't know, you're a team, and
yeah.
I feel like sometimes it's really easy to just show up, do your part,
Yeah.
leave, and then never talk to those people again, but I don't know, like, you'll probably see them again eventually. It's nice to build the relationships, and when you can collaborate on something, it's fun to do that.
I will say from doing the podcast, I interviewed a planner, Bethany. She's so great. And I was going to a wedding with a photographer friend of mine that I was already friends with. She needs to get on the podcast. But I like got to the wedding, and I was like, "Hey guys, how's it
Yeah.
going?" And so like that is so true. It's so much fun when you can like make those connections and not just like a, hey, I'm so and so. Oh, cool, I'm so and so. And then you like just never
Mhm.
chat after that. But it's just like, it's so nice when you go to a wedding and you're not just this like random extra vendor.
Right.
You're like a part of the team.
Exactly.
That's so
Dream
fun.
team.
Yeah. Is there anything that you wish you knew starting your business? And maybe you can even like harken back to maybe the time where you were like in your photo business, but just like what do you wish you knew starting out?
I wish I knew how much of a difference it really does make connecting with. I mean, I just coming back to that, like it makes a huge difference when you build the relationship with other vendors. And I mean, as a photographer, if people want to use your pictures, like heck yeah, in my personal opinion, like
Yeah.
spread my pictures everywhere. Yes, please. Um, but yeah, I feel like as a photographer, I was serving at the same time. So I was so drained. So it would be like if someone came to me a week after a wedding and they're like, "Are the pictures ready? Like, can we have some? Can we use them for my business?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so tired." And I just would totally forget about it. But then like my pictures aren't, rotating
Yeah.
around and stuff. And, then that connection kind of dwindles with other people. So I think it really does make a huge difference. And I wish I would have done it more, just building the connections, because I see it now with my signage, like
Hmm.
how I'm really not paying for advertising because of all my friends in the wedding
Yeah.
industry. So yeah, just I really wish I would have poured more time into connecting with the other team members.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, that's kind of like the heart behind this podcast is
Hmm.
to have a chance to connect with other vendors, but also like get y'all's stuff out there and
Hmm.
like get more couples and more vendors to see and hear about the journey in your business and the experience that you guys have had, or you specifically, but like everyone that's been on the podcast. But Morgan, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having
Yeah, this
me.
has been such a good episode. I hope everyone that's listening has gotten so much signage, custom wedding pieces from Morgan. Um, where can people find and follow along with what you're doing?
So currently I just have an Instagram. It's at the Morgan Maid Wedding Shop. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so reach out there if
Yeah.
people are interested and want
Mhm.
to learn more.
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. That'll be in the description below if you're like a link clicker,
Yeah.
if you don't want to look it up yourself. So that'll be down there. And what do you have anything coming up that you're excited about?
Well, I've gotten into engraving, and it's kind of trendy right now to have like live engravers and stuff at events. So I have a couple things like that lined up, and I think that's going to be I hope I get to do a lot more, but that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I feel like it fits with your keepsake kind of
Yes.
idea or
Yeah.
mentality that you like to
Yeah.
kind of have
And
too.
it's like entertaining, but it also is like something for your guests to take with them too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's super fun. I hope you get to do more of those because that sounds like it would be
Yeah.
a fun process to like even just be like in the day more.
I
Because I feel like
know
you kind
because
of
I
put your
missed
stuff
that a little
out,
bit. Yeah.
it all just like gets consumed by the guests and the
Yeah.
couple, and then you maybe pick it up or don't pick it up.
Mhm.
It'd be fun to be a part of the day a little bit more.
Mhm.
But Morgan, thanks so much for being on.
Thank you.
That's all for this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe, drop a comment if you have questions for Morgan or for me. We'd love to know how you're liking the show. And if you're listening, wherever you listen to podcasts, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for listening. It would be incredibly helpful if you could leave us a review. Let us know how you're liking the show, and make sure you're sharing it with all your friends because they got to hear more about Morgan's story and the other people that we have on the show. So that's all for this episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on the preferred list.